Illum per eżempju miegħi għandi coach li huwa Olandiż li ġej bħala il-coach ta' Sliema Riders, tim li kompeti fil-ewwel diviżjoni tal-kampjonat tan-nisa għall-attenzjoni tagħkom telespettaturi. Good morning, Francis.
Good morning, how are you?
Okay. We've just been having our sports review. I think perhaps you understand a bit of Maltese.
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit. Michael Mifsud, because we spoke about Michael Mifsud, he was with Sliema.
He comes back to and he goes to Valletta.
He's going to Valletta, but he cannot make his debut with Valletta next Sunday because obviously there's some lack of registration that is not being put in the MFA headquarters. Okay. But you're coach for Sliema Riders.
Yeah.
How about?
Yeah, I've been a coach for about 2 years. First I was with Mimo Vella as his assistant. I got an opportunity to, by the president, Mr. Midolo, to help out for women's football. I never was a coach for women's football. Always had little boys till the grown-ups. And I thought it was an opportunity for me to help out at least Mr. Midolo and help the nursery to get a better education, at least for a football thing.
How long have you been in Malta?
This is my second year now.
Your second year.
Yeah.
And you come from Holland?
Yes.
It's a nation which is renowned for good, spectacular football. Eh?
Yeah, that's right. The problem is with usually what I think in Dutch football and all, the problem is that we have good people we can train a lot. That's why you see all around the world good Dutch coaches. As far as you go to results for Dutch teams and even on the World Championships, you see that there is something missing. There is something the Dutch people like also a good match instead of winning 1-0. A little bit more like Italian, and the result is important, but that we are known for.
This is the mentality that Dutch football. You have mentioned Italians. Perhaps there was a man who was Arrigo Sacchi,
yes,
who tried to copy the Dutch model. You see, with a great success.
Yeah, what he actually did was that's what I found of it is that he had already one thing. He had the Italian mentality. So and then he copied, but he was a coach in Holland as well because he saw a lot of training facilities. Then he brought it back to Italy. And then what he did was actually try the way of thinking of football, try it with AC Milan, and then after he was very successful. So, okay.
Yeah. But Francis, now let's come to Sliema Riders. Yeah. So Sliema Riders are competing in the first division.
First division, ladies, yes. We have a difficult year. No, it's because.
How about? Because I saw the table.
Yeah.
You're a bit not in a good position.
No, we're not in a good position. At the moment, we're at not at a relegation position, but maybe we have to play a decider. But what you see is, and that's the reason why. Also, I'm here, of course, is that there is not a problem, but we see that the players are leaving. The players have they get married, they get they have work, of course. And what we're trying to do now is that we have to find new young players instead of the older ones. They stay.
What's the age? The age standard that Sliema Riders?
The Sliema Riders now at the moment we have from 19 till 41.
41.
Yeah, that's a mother with 4 children. I have respect for that because she's got 4 children. Every time she can come.
That's a good thing what you are saying, Francis, because this is a thing that every program, every slot, every coach that comes here to explain his nursery, they come and tell us that there are women with 2, 3, 4 children and they are still playing football. And this is to encourage more girls and more women to participate.
Yeah, that's right. And also what's important, the mothers, there is a kind of, how do you explain it, in the old days we said football was only for boys. You see the mothers, and the mothers they don't encourage the girls because they say, listen, you go to something else instead of football.
So you have noticed this thing because there's this stigma still reigning on in Malta you see that not all mothers, mind you,
no.
but there are a number of mothers that don't let their small girls to participate for sports activities, especially football, because they say it's a boys' game.
It's a boys' game. Yeah,
so
but I don't agree with that because and maybe I can say so. I compare it to Holland.
Yeah.
Because in Holland, what you see now is that
that's what I'm going to ask.
On the schools, you see. When I think of myself, I started playing football. There was no women's football at all. But when I had children, when we became children, and that's about 20 years ago, I knew only one team of girls. But now, when you see, when you go out for watching football matches, you see a lot of girls, and it's becoming quite common.
Yeah.
Of course, they got encouraged from their parents because that. The usual thing of thinking of football is a men's sport, and not everybody agrees.
Yes.
But okay, but I think the parents should encourage them.
Mind you, I'm not saying that because we see a lot of women take as a spectators in our football matches. You see, but we want more, especially young girls.
Yeah.
You see, to participate. Last week we had a very small girl here.
Okay.
It's called Chloe from it's about 8 years.
Yes.
And you see, she had made courage for other parents if they have their small children to participate. You see, that's all this build-up about our nurses.
And that's important, and that has to also the teachers and the parents. They have to talk about it because. The younger they start, the better they get. And they have to do something in sports. But if they want to do something in football, it's very good. Also for the Maltese football.
Now we know that Sliema, the population of Sliema, it's quite good, you see. But how many girls have you got in the first team, and have you got the nursery team?
No, what we did was a good question of you, but what we did actually was they started years ago, they started with one team, and they still got one team, but Mr. Medolo's got his private school, so he's got a lot of boys and girls over there. And what we actually doing is we help them to get up. But since we have only one team, it's difficult for us to start because there are
best thing is step after step. You see?
I know that's the best thing to do. And what you see now is that I get players from 18 and from 35, but. If you want to start it right, you have to start young. Like the one you said, Chloe, 8 years. If you have 20 players of between 8 and 15, that's good because then you can develop them, and they have to find. That's also important. They have to find joy in the game because sports in general
that's the most important thing that you're saying,
Because what we see is also as a coach, it's important to understand that if you have an 8 or 9 or 10-year-old girl, you cannot treat her like a you know what I mean as a coach.
Friends, if I'm not mistaken, so you can correct me if I am saying something wrong, but I know Sliema is a place where there are a good number of industries, shops, business people. Is it perhaps they don't find some time to let their children to participate in football? Perhaps you see,
I know what you mean.
The hectic life today, Sliema, it's running all day, all night, you see, with businesses.
What you say
perhaps they don't find some time.
No, but what you say is in general speaking, when you speak about sports, in general speaking, in this environment and people getting busier, they don't find time to get their children to sports. But that's all a common thing in the world. And even I noticed that you have to make time because you have to understand that